Evening, folks. I'm Raquel, and we have DL. And well, I created my gaming channel, and I was streaming a few games over there yesterday. Uh, like Spyro the Dragon, and a Lego game. Had fun with that. Uh, I might stream another game either tomorrow or sometime this weekend. And let's see. Where did I put my gaming channel link? Ah, yeah. Here's my gaming channel link that you can follow me on when I'm like gaming. There you go. Well, how was your day, Dio?
It's all right. Nothing major going on. You know, just living life or trying to anyway. So I am. So what did you do for supper? I know you told me, but I forgot.
I didn't eat anything as of yet.
Nah, that's probably why I didn't remember because you didn't.
Howdy,
Uh,
Alistair. How are you doing? And hello, Mora Kitty. Meow meow. Meow meow.
yeah, that too.
Oh, Mora messaged me.
Oh, okay. Tell her come on in. More the
Yeah,
merrier.
I am doing so. Oh, she's right here. Chill, cat. Hey, Mora. Alistair, I'm doing good. Just ate some homemade burgers a second ago.
Oh, you son of a gun. Person that lived across the parking lot. We share a parking lot with another building, and somebody was cooking out on the grill yesterday, and it smelled so good. I told him, I said, I don't know what you're cooking over there, but it sure smells good.
Mmm, yummy.
Oh, something about cooking on a grill. Shoot. Even
Smells
if you're
good,
not
doesn't
hungry,
it?
yeah. Even if you're not hungry, the smell makes you want to eat more.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Uh, I just want to make an announcement. Uh, I think hopefully everyone knows uh, that Discord, will be putting new rules in effect by the end of this month. And since the new rules could get my account banned, I am just thinking of leaving my Discord group server as only for contacting purposes only. Everything else would be shut down before I say before the end of the month. So if you want to interact with me and my friends and stuff like that, please follow me on Guild. It's like Discord, but without um,
All the BS.
yeah. Let me put the link in the chat.
I'd say Discord's going to take a big hit.
Yeah.
People
Hey,
start
pop
bailing on them.
culture.
Like, pop culture.
Hey, Mortar Hornet returns.
Hey, don't sting me.
Yeah. So again, before the end of the month is up, I'll be shutting everything down on my Discord server, but only leaving it up for contacting purposes only. Um, but I'll be moving on to Gilded, which is like really similar to Discord. So you want to follow me on there and interact with my friends, just click on the link that I put in the live chat. Yeah, I would see with the upcoming weeks ahead, I think everybody will be moving on onto Gilded. I'm still learning how to, how to properly use the website. I need to look into more of it. But anywho, how's everyone in the chat doing tonight?
How's Mara doing?
Eh, eh. I'm kind of okay.
Hmm.
I was like, well, and I didn't expect to get a link, and I was like, oh, now I don't know how to act. But I feel like an included cat. And how are y'all?
All right.
Doing good.
Milton Knowles says, calling people smelly heads for no reason. We've heard way worse on here. We've heard worse. Maybe not this channel, but in general, we've heard worse. So, okay.
Yeah. Hey, Milton.
I'd
Hey,
be called
Milton.
10 times worse.
And of course, with the new rules coming, I went ahead and spread the news about it through not much sense. I don't want to go through another Dave Chappelle.
I love Dave Chappelle. I had to make that part of my campaign video, one of the Dave Chappelle skits. Have you ever watched that?
Mm-mm.
Shit.
So, yeah, back when he had his TV show.
Yeah,
Oh
back
my
in the day.
gosh. The stuff he would say on his show.
That was great. So there was one when they're making fun of Kinko's, basically, like this copy place where you copy and fax things. And then and they're like, it's their job to do everything wrong, so you don't come back. And so I was just annoyed with the political stuff going on. And I walked out on my porch, and I was like, fuck them. And it dawned on me, wait a minute, hold up. And so I made a TikTok video, basically campaigning like, hey, are you tired of this and this? Well, vote for me. If no other reason, it says, fuck them. That's why. And I put that in the last part of the video. Because TikTok, you can make spicy campaign videos. You'd have to, like, I'll send you a link to the skit when I get a chance, and you'll see how funny it is.
Yeah. I guess they're getting to where you can start getting money from TikToks now. Yeah, so.
I don't care if it was the quartering who brought notice about it. Like, I really don't care if it's the quartering or the some other YouTuber. Yeah,
I only care a little because I just like the quartering, and it annoys me when he's correct, and it's fairly often, I hate to say. But he's such a jackass in his presentation. Disclaimer: my point of view does not reflect the views of the people on the panel.
fair enough. Yeah, I don't care. It was the quartering who brought the notice this is happening on Discord. I really don't care about that. What I care about, anything I say or someone else on my Discord says, anything that does not agree with the new rules that Discord is taking effect this end of the month could get my account banned.
So, like, even Discord has jumped on this bullshit?
Yes.
Yes.
Not laughing at the stupid.
Maura, they can even ban you on Discord from something you said in another streaming service.
Like,
Wait,
like
what? In another streaming service that's not even them?
Yes.
How's that even? You know what? I don't want to know how that's possible, but that's absolute horseshit.
Like, here's the thing. I believe in free speech,
Yeah.
but if Discord's gonna put these rules in effect that people cannot say, I have no control of that. What people say in my Discord server, I don't have control of
Exactly.
that.
You could say something like a slur or something while you're sleeping, and you'll not even see it to do anything about it, and to wake up and there's disaster.
So yeah,
That's bullshit.
That is BS. So I don't have control of that. That is completely BS. So if that's gonna be on Discord, I'm just gonna shut everything down.
I'll go tell my daughter. She's on Discord. I'll go tell her and warn her in case she doesn't know. Because, I mean, they're teenagers, so there's no telling what kind of silliness they'll be saying and doing.
So I'm just going to shut everything on my Discord down and only leave it for contacting purposes only. I'm moving on to the alternative website that it's just like Discord, but doesn't have those BS rules on it. And it's called Gilded. If you guys want to look up Gilded, let me just get the link for it. And you guys can check it out for yourselves.
What a world.
All right, there's the Gilded site. It's just like Discord, but without the BS Discord's going to put into effect.
All right, I'll be right back. I'll go tell her. Actually, I'll go tell everybody because I think everybody in the house uses Discord except me.
So yeah, if you want to follow me and interact with me and my friends, that's where I'm going to be. And again, I'll put the link for my Gilded server in the live chat. All right, let me catch up on the chat. The only good use I can see for TikTok is watching people set themselves on fire and making fun of idiots. I would prefer the first one. I don't really use TikTok, to be honest, Milton. Though I can't blame most of the people on some of the servers for not believing it from the quartering, and I don't really care for him anymore. Well, it's up to them if they believe it or not. They're going to find out the hard way.
You know,
hey,
like
Cam
the guy
Cam.
or not, he's putting out information people need to know.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
Like I said, I don't really care if it's quartering or some other YouTuber bringing this up. I really don't care about that. It's just I'm aware of it now, and I'm glad for that. Have a second strike on my YouTube. I'm not allowed to argue it for medical information on videos that have no medical information in the monster. Ever they were political. Yeah, that's the thing. Anything just medical information, it is not politically correct.
Okay.
Or if you're sharing screen of certain clips, yeah, you're gonna have problems with YouTube, unfortunately.
The problem with PC culture, it's the person who's listening to it or hearing it, if it's PC to them or not. I mean, what's PC
Yeah,
to
who gets
you
to decide that?
and and PC to me are two different things. I mean, yeah, who decides what's PC and what's not?
Yeah.
Because there's always going to be something that's going to offend somebody, almost always.
Oh, I mean, no, you can't say nothing without offending somebody.
I mean, I get there's some things you shouldn't say. Like there's
Oh
some
yeah.
words that shouldn't be said, and I totally get that, and I'm fine with that. I have no need for those words anyway. But if
Hmm.
people are discussing, well, I thought medically this, this, and this. Well, what I'm told this, this, and this, and they shut you down because of misinformation. It's like people can't even have a fucking conversation anymore. It's insane.
Like I was telling Raquel, I'm blocked on Facebook right now
Oh shit.
for
I
something
thought
I
I was going
posted.
to be. I was going for it, and I didn't get blocked on Facebook. Or suspended. I actually went
Yeah,
for it. I put up some TikTok videos I had found showing some
yeah.
truth of what's been going on. I totally went for it. I jumped into the 12-foot expecting the worst, and nothing happened. I was like, wait, what?
When we get done, I'll mention what I said on Facebook in the
Fair,
back room.
All
fair
right.
enough.
Join your Discord, say whatever you want. I freaking dare you to get it banned. Why would I do that? I don't want
He's
you to get.
he's silly. He's similar to Cronus.
He's
Like
I
just
wouldn't
he
do
comes
that.
around, he
No.
trolls a little bit, but he's not mean to anybody. But
no,
No, no, no. Of course
he's
not.
just
yeah,
poking
yeah,
at you a little
but yeah,
bit.
he's kind of Cronus vibe. So he's like, go ahead, get it banned, get it banned. That's why for fun.
Milton,
Thank you,
To see
Cam
the
Cam.
Milton's not a bad guy. He's just poking with you a little bit.
Hi, Red Monarch. Oh,
Okay. Yeah, I would make it a gilded account. Uh, because yeah, I see a lot of, I don't know. I'm pretty sure some people are going to move there, and I'm
Oh yeah.
pretty sure not everyone on Discord's going to be happy with the new rules are going to be.
I think he means trial on that one. Sorry, a little further down.
I'll get to it. Yeah, I don't I'm pretty sure people on Discord that know these rules are coming to effect in the month are gonna not gonna be happy about it and looking for alternative websites. Hey, Red Monarch.
Hey, Red.
I got banned off of a YouTube channel 3 days ago for saying WhatsApp weirdos and boring regular people.
I think I mean what's up, weirdos, and it probably just did an autocorrect.
Mm,
Hmm.
Oh, I know how voice to text is. It screws me over every time.
Got my second strike on my channel for reporting the
Nuremberg
Nuremberg trial that's
trial,
happening
Nuremberg trial, that's happening against my country's leader. Holy shit!
amongst others. I mentioned the humanitarian issues involving Corona. That's it. Well, YouTube, it has to be politically correct.
I can't believe I've barely been in trouble at all. It was for stuff you wouldn't even fucking expect, honestly. I don't get that.
Should my character
Oh no, you did mean WhatsApp. Okay, my bad.
Monster Hunter World go retro goth
Ooh,
blue or goth pink? I say blue.
ooh. The
Red
cutest
Monarch
guy in Jersey. Holy shit.
Red Monarch says pink. LOL. Especially just in case Discord ends up banning me for silly reasons. That's what I mean. That's what exactly what I mean. I'm only gonna before the end of the month, I'll be moving on to Gilded. I will have Discord up, but it's only for content collecting purposes only. Once I, get more familiar with Gilded, I'll be shutting everything down on my Discord server.
That surprised me. I was like, oh, okay.
Hey, Dark Gift Comics,
That was
what's
it. The
up?
hottest guy in Jersey. Wow. At least I think it's Jersey. Fuck. I don't remember.
Wish you can pin stuff on in the StreamYard live chat, but you can't. Pin message. Oh, what's up, Chef Nation? Y'all
Hey,
can find me on
Chef.
Gilded
Yes.
Chef Nation. Hey, come up here. If you're more welcome to join us.
Yes, we
the
love you.
link-
Come on in.
The StreamYard's link is pinned in the live chat for you. Hey, Mora. Yep, Jersey.
Yep. Okay, I thought so, but it's been a while, so I couldn't remember.
I can find you and Gilded on Chef Nation. I have to have a direct link, Chef, because I'm still learning how to use Gilded.
You should have seen the look on my daughter's face thanks to you. Because I'm mom and I don't do video games or Discord. I went in there, I was like, hey, honey, there's going to be an issue with Discord. Told her that. Like, people are going to be going to Gilded. And she just looked at me like how would mom know? You know? And she was like, thank you.
Say, mom knows more than you think mom knows.
Mom's got friends that know shit.
Yeah, I'm still learning how to use Gilded.
Well, I told her it'd be good to have it as a backup in case one of her friends gets a little out of pocket and they get shut down. They have a place, a backup place to meet.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Alistair.
Alistair.
Boy.
Hello.
Hello.
So yeah, I went ahead and tried to download Gilded. So that way, in case if it happens, with like I mentioned earlier in the chat, just to make some extra precautions.
True.
Is this you, Chef? I'm not really sure. I can't really tell.
And now with that little bit of news, I still feel like I wanted to go out and try to at least tell everyone about it. But then again, considering that who the first person was to cover it first, well, I don't think that most of them, especially if with some of them being, most of the servers I'm on being a bit one-sided, at least to my knowledge so far, at least with some of them, I don't think they will be believing that because, well, since knowing that some of them are one-sided, well, they pretty much hate Quarter Pounder's guts with a passion. Though I'm not saying I defend him. I defend him or anything like I mentioned, but then again, and heck, with some of the screenshots I showed, especially to Fade on the general chat, one of the people on the servers I'm on, well, as the server, especially another one, I also remember saying, but really both of them called Quartering a neo-Nazi, even though it's a bit of a stretch, since he's a hate merchant, yeah, but a neo-Nazi, well, that's a bit of a stretch because now I haven't seen every video he made, but
you need watch the N word because you never know what YouTube's gonna hate right now.
Oh,
yeah, don't
sorry.
say an N word.
Yeah, I know. You're passionate about what you're saying, but we need to watch what we're saying.
Sorry about that.
I get what I get what you're doing, but yeah.
But then again, no offense to him, since for one of them recently, that I even mentioned calling Quartering Jeremy the N word. I like his Halo mod, but then again, I just try to separate the beliefs between the artist and their beliefs, And then again, I just try my best not to, be a little, talkative over something they don't like, Not trying to, as a form of backpedaling. I just want to keep in good terms because, I don't want to end up being resulting in
Use
people being insensitive towards me for just
let's use the word Yahtzee.
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee, like the game Yahtzee.
Uh-huh.
Instead of the other word,
And Yahtzee.
and Yahtzee, yeah. Like you can't say the other word, so you gotta say maggot now.
Oh yeah.
All right, I got you on Gilded, Chef.
And of course, the other person I also mentioned hearing them calling Corey and Jeremy a and Yahtzee first. Well, I like her because she's one of the few people that she. I know some of you don't know what Warhammer is, but she's one of the few people that mostly knows what the franchise, what the world of Warhammer is actually like,
Mm-hmm.
But then again, she doesn't know all of it yet, but she still knows more better than all other lore YouTubers that either read off the wiki that also could have a bit of misinformation and just spouting memes rather than actually treating their audience, most of the audience, even though most of the people in the Warhammer fandom are more self-centered types that try to enforce their idea of what the franchise is on, and rather than actually treat it like an actual series and and actually talk about its lore. That's been established in the media of the game that the company released. But then again, like I just said, if the rule happens fully, I just hope that they do see what's going on, and hopefully they'll start thinking about it, and maybe even try out gilded as well. But that just depends on if they do actually believe it, since
Well, it doesn't hurt to have a backup just in case. Never
Yeah,
hurts to have a
it never
backup.
hurts to.
oh yeah, just say Yahtzee or World War II baddie.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Alistair is one of my favorite character from Hasman Hotel. Oh yeah, I like him too. And heck, he was the only character I can think of when making my Discord account back when I used to date my ex girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, something. So I have something for you, big sister. Oh, what is it? Hey, Chef, I messaged you on Gilded, and I invited you onto my Gilded server. If you're still listening.
But yeah, and heck, I even talked about it with Fate and a few other people, especially after one of the people who owns some servers I'm in, calling Quarter Pounder and Yahtzee. Well, about about but hang on, let me try to remember about how speaking to Fade, I mean, I'm trying to remember what went on during that time. Is that about how pretty much people are now insensitive to everything nowadays, well, both on the internet wise and real life wise.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hey, Milton.
yeah, and again, I still can't blame them for not thinking that it's still true. It's true because Corey and Jeremy covered him first, and they obviously hate his guts, But then again, I can't blame them. But then again, at the same time, since some of them are pretty much the other people I mentioned more, pretty much more one-sided, because that's pretty much what exactly the same thing that I got flack for, just sharing and speaking my opinion on Dave Chappelle, because of people who are just because I was getting flacked by people who are just one-sided.
Oh yeah.
All right, I want to read this comment by Michelle. So my mom
Alrighty.
has been a nurse for nearly 30 years. Got doxxed at work because someone went to her boss and told him about my making fun of social justice warriors and Biden and Putin. So my mom got in trouble for having an opinionated daughter. She got in trouble for my post on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. What? This is totally BS. That has like nothing to do with her job.
Well, to be fair, I
How
ain't surprised because
dare you
it's
have an
Twitter,
opinion?
Facebook, and Instagram.
So
Milton.
so
Greetings!
what?
I'm talking in a fancy voice.
So what if you're opinionated? That shouldn't be a deciding. That should not give her in trouble to be deciding factor of her job at all.
Yeah,
As,
exactly. And it's just
You
as
like
can't have.
it's just like with me sharing stuff and talking about sharing my opinion on Dave Chappelle. I
You
can't
can't
get
have wrong
flack.
think.
Oh, sorry.
You can't have wrong think nowadays. You know what they call wrong think. You have to think a certain way.
Well, freedom of
okay,
speech,
I'm
speech
figuring it
autonomy, and
out.
thought is bad.
Chef says, "Okay, I'm figuring it out." Yeah, me too. I'm still figuring out how to do it as well, Chef. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to do that howdy bot. I did it too, though, but I don't think I got it correct. Red Monarch, Gilded, now downloaded. Yes, go on to Guild.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll be able to get through guild system, since, well, it'll be just like I went for that with Discord, but hopefully I'll get through that again, since, well, it was my first time doing that too. All right. Anyway, just to mention something a bit more positive.
Yeah, go for it.
Well,
Yeah,
he and my dad are deciding to go see the new Batman movie on Monday, since, well,
Ooh.
actually going to bring a friend of ours with us to it, but she told us she had to work Friday. But she told us she's off Monday and Wednesday, so we're gonna go there on Wednesday, and she's gonna bring her her grandson with us. So that way we can have a group movie watch.
Nice. Red Monarch, was it you that told me that you saw the Batman film like the day before yesterday? I'm not sure. I think it was you who told me that you saw the Batman film and that was pretty good.
Yeah, I even had one of the in one of the servers I'm in during a voice chat. The guy was really loved it, based on what I was hearing. He was saying a lot of positive things, and he pretty much ended up doing some spoiler talk. So I was told, hey, especially after I told him I'm going to plan to go see it, and then he said, well, if you're still going to plan on going to watch it, I suggest you get out of the voice chats to avoid spoilers, and I pretty much did. So that way I can go to the movie without anything spoiled and go in fresh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a to movie. Unclean.
And once I get done with that movie, up next on my movie bucket list for this year is Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
Let's see. My movie. I think there's two movies I wanna see this year. One of them is the Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore, and which is like I think that's coming out. When is that supposed to come out? Yeah, next month. And Spider-Man, which let's see, Spider-Man.
I want to watch that new Fantastic Beasts movie, but I'm not allowed to. I'm unclean.
Unclean. Are you?
Oh,
I'm not even allowed to buy clothes because I'm unworthy.
So
Are you a
meaning you're not a
pure-blood?
pure blood wizard.
He is a pure blood.
I'm rejecting my totalitarian government. Yes, that makes me unworthy and unclean. I'm not allowed to do anything I do.
Right. The second movie I'm looking forward to is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, which will be in October of this year. Those are only two films I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, and hey, if there's any other, in case there's any other movies that end up catching my interest, I'll be sure to look into them
Same
as
here.
well.
Hello, Parrothead. How are you?
Hello.
Welcome.
I don't believe Parrothead is his real name.
Wow. Okay.
And let's not forget, there's also Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness coming out too, as well.
Yeah, that looks kind of freaky.
Yeah, and we're getting to see Patrick Stewart back as Professor X again.
Supposedly.
It
We're not really
Isn't Patrick
we're not
Stewart
really
a bit
sure
different?
about that.
If it's
I mean,
he'll probably
if
be
Fade was
part of the
here, he would
Illuminati.
tell you more about that, but I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
where he is right now.
yeah, and there's also the supposed idea that they're going to make the Fox X-Men movies canon be part of the MCU universe, but then again, that's also supposed speculation as well. But then again, we'll see for ourselves, you know.
I have a pet fox.
It just
Yeah,
gets
I have seen your pet fox before, Milton.
He doesn't do much.
No, he doesn't. Michelle, it's just gets me telling on me to my mom because of my opinions. Raquel, big sister, can you believe someone actually tattletaled on me to my mom because of my opinions, sis? Yeah, that's BS.
Somebody's a tattletale.
Like, mind your own freaking business.
Raquel, what's you naughty girl? That's,
Darth Gift Comics is a variant of Professor X, not the one from the Fox movies. They're doing the
Illuminati.
Illuminati.
Sorry, missed that storyline from the comics. I'm not really familiar with the comics art Darth Gift. I'm more familiar with the movies, the TV shows, than the comics, to be honest.
And the cartoons.
That's what I just said.
I'm
TV
working
shows.
on making a comic.
Oh, really, Milton?
Yep, I've spent a whole month on 2 pictures of the first page.
And to be fair with
And
me,
it's good.
I only seen some comics and only got some basic rundowns on them from other YouTubers, whether it be comic story rundown downers or comic dubbers or even YouTubers that just covers, the characters, like whether they be protagonists or antagonists. I mean, heck, I just subscribe to a YouTube channel that covers the obscure villains from Marvel and DC.
What channel's that?
Let me check, because I gotta remember the name.
Yeah.
All right.
Where his stayed, by the way?
Yeah, where is he?
I
Oh,
don't know.
Fate's in here now?
No, I say
we're
where is
wondering
he?
where's that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Illuminati,
All right.
are a group of most powerful beings in the MCU that basically conspire to protect the Earth from the greatest threats. In the comics, I believe they were all from the same Earth, but in the movies, they'll be from the different universes. So it's like the multiverse.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, just recheck the channel that covers the obscure Marvel and DC the protagonists and antagonists, and his name is Mr. Rouges.
Mr. Rouges.
Yeah, that's just his name.
You know a cartoon I really like? It's called Hell of a Boss.
Oh yeah, that's made by the same people who also made Hazbin Hotel as well.
Yeah, but it's better.
Bean?
It's a lot better than Hell of a Boss.
Oh. Well, I guess that makes sense since, well, they've been mostly making episodes of that rather than, than the show that it's spinning off from. Which is kind of
it's hard having an argument with you.
Oh. Which is kind of
I like them both equally.
I mean, you gotta give your main show some love too. But then again, I guess I still understand that they're still going through working out, finalizing if with the the independent company that it's trying to greenlight it, and not to mention there was controversy that happened with it, and that being a voice cast change.
In the comics, it was Doctor Strange, Professor X, Reed Richards, Iron Man, and a few others. They're supposedly having Tom Cruise play a Tony Stark variant, since he was originally offered the role but couldn't do it due to scheduling. And it's how they're gonna bring Fantastic Four and X-Men.
I guess you could say that that's also callback of a behind the scenes thing as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't know that. Like Tom Cruise was originally offered the role.
Me neither.
Of
Tom
Iron
Cruise
Man.
is the weirdest Iron Man. Like, yeah, anybody on the panel would be better at being Iron Man.
Yeah. And honestly, I never thought Iron Man would end up launching a whole cinematic universe when he went into the movies, especially when I watched it as a small boy, along with Iron Man 2. But here we are now.
Mm-hmm. Hey, nobody.
I would watch a Tom Cruise Iron Man.
Way to go, Discord. Chase off all your users. Sounds like a good business plan. Not.
Hey, nobody.
Nope.
It's working for YouTube.
Are you going to Gilded, nobody?
That is no kidding. Nothing.
Hey, Daniel. How are you?
Hi, what's up?
Well,
yeah, I could have told you that like Tom Cruise was offered the role of Iron Man, but he turned it down because I don't know, he had things to do and he wanted to show his face like a lot, but Iron Man has a helmet, right?
Coca-Cola is the best.
Right.
So like it would have been kind of weird. But now rumor is that he's going to come in the MCU as Ironmonger, like an alternate variant of Obadiah Stane.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think in my opinion, I think it's a little bit better fit for him because he plays a really good bad guy.
And since they're gonna, it's the speculation that he's gonna play a alternate universe of Obadiah Stane. I wonder how they're gonna also implement his son Technovore from that one Iron Man anime movie called Rise of Technovore. Well, if they ever decide that, since Technovore, yeah, that's what I remember the name being.
All right, you sent me a quest. Nobody.
They were scraping the bottom of the barrel for that, man.
I don't see anything.
Send me one too. Nobody. I'm on there.
I don't see any requests.
The best. He's awesome.
And since we're back on talking about Discord, if someone else also makes a video on Discord's new rules, if I do share it, well, hopefully the reaction will be a bit better, since, well, at least the ones that are one-sided won't go, oh, don't show him ever again. That guy's an Yahtzee, you know.
Well, I'm sure with the coming days and weeks, they'll, pay attention.
Yeah. Since I remember showing some stuff, like, especially related to Discord as well, like the Apple version of Discord is a bit more sensory than Discord on Android. And even most of the people on the servers I was on thought I was stupid on Apple's part, you know? But then again, they also mentioned that, well, it's Apple. They've been doing this kind of thing for a while, you know?
Someone told me that Sony owns Discord. I'm not really sure if that's true or not.
Yeah, me either. I mean, and I don't know if it's also owned by Google as well, since I know YouTube's now owned by Google now. And I'll explain why it's becoming the way it is, you know?
No, I don't think Sony owns Discord, but Sony does have a partnership with Discord, though.
I think Sony owns Dragon Ball or something. They own the company that owns Dragon Ball.
Funimation?
Yeah.
I heard about Funimation recently. It sounds like they're getting phased out, and Crunchyroll's gonna become the new thing.
Oh yeah,
I heard.
I mean, first there's Viz Media and Crunchyroll merging, and now them Funimation, and not to mention even Crunchyroll's other spin-off service called Verve also added High Dive as its replacement for Funimation.
All right. Basically, his universe, Tony never took up the Iron Man moniker. Took the Iron Man moniker instead. But it's all rumors so far, so who knows? Funimation is DOA.
DOA, like dead on arrival?
I think that's what it means.
I hope it doesn't mean like Dragon Ball Super is going to be disappearing. Because I want to see more of that.
Let's see. What's hold on. Let me go on to Ricada Law's channel because he did a story on this, like I think a few days ago. Is Funimation being phased out? Sony announced that Funimation will apparently be subsumed into Crunchyroll and let the brand phased out. So it sounds like Funimation is going to be combined into Crunchyroll, and that company will phase out.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what it means. They're getting the boot for Crunchyroll. Hold on a minute. You have privacy settings on. I can't message you nor offend you. Hold on a second.
You guys should join my Discord and try to post the most offensive things you can. That doesn't
Just
include
to
nudity.
and just to set off the snowflakes.
Well, I think the biggest snow on my server is probably.
Hmm. Gee.
I hope he is that.
Hold on a minute.
There is nobody sensitive on my Discord. Like, I have to stop a couple of the guys from flirting with me. Why me?
I don't know.
They're not active very often anymore. We just have conversations. One day I should introduce you guys to Ash.
Ash.
Ash. Gotta split, yo. Have a good one. Take care, Raquel, Edmora, Gentleman, Chat, and of course, Parrot. Alright, thanks for coming, Dark Gift Comics. Have a good night. Alright, nobody. I think I fixed it. Try again.
Yeah. But hey, and again, another thing I hope about this whole new Discord rule thing is that hopefully that will. I mean, unless it's like on the level of YouTube bad, well, I mean, even though I'm still using YouTube, mainly because some of my favorite YouTubers are still on there, and some of the content I still like on there. But I just hope that it isn't as super worse. That's how it goes. But explain music.
Yeah, I think everyone who's aware of this Discord thing will eventually move on to Gilded. I mean,
Yeah.
They should invent a adults only setting on these sites, and then you can just post whatever the hell you want.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like with YouTube, making YouTube Kids, but yet YouTube Kids is now pretty much useless because kids aren't even bothering with YouTube Kid. Little kids aren't even bothering with it, and especially their parents being irresponsible for what their children are doing on base YouTube. And I can imagine the same for Discord, where a bunch of irresponsible parents just let their kids go on servers that are either not for the right age, or just not have content that ain't suitable for them. I mean, trust me. Now, I don't mean to go into anything personal, but just to only just not in reference. And I'm in a lot of not safe for work servers, so and there's some stuff that's just pretty vanilla and some weird, but others it can get a bit extreme. So yeah, so not trying to fully mention it, just
I'll put it this way.
Hmm?
I'll put it this way. Don't post pictures of yourself when you were a kid online. Trust me, my friends are horrible.
No problem.
Like, seriously, I had to, like, I don't know how somebody managed to trigger that.
Interwebs can be used by a lot of people who are, way out of the norm. I mean in a not so good way, not in a good way, Since there are weird people that are in a good way, but there's also people out there that are bad weird, So anyway, to also mention something else positive, well, I'm taking a break and taking a halt break from watching God of War walkthroughs, and I'm watching a game that I haven't been looking up in a while, but thanks to a certain show that's set in a certain fantasy world, well, I started to look back into it, and it's the Shadow of War and Mordor games. And looking at it, it's not bad. Even not bad. It's still good to this day.
That's good. Speaking of gaming, here is my gaming channel. Uh, that is where I'm going to play and live stream games.
Yeah. Though, of course, I was looking up some chronological order stuff relating to the world of Middle Earth, and there's this one site, that just separates the book the universe told from the novels, but and the how the universe is told through the movies, and it added both the mainly showcased the upcoming show and the Hobbit and Lord of the Ring films by Peter Jackson. And not to mention, even the games are mostly their own thing as well, since they're not really canon, and they display a lot of stuff that contradicts the established lore in the novels. Though the only game, Lord of the Rings game, that's pretty much canon, from what I heard, and is mostly and set in the world of the novels, was Lord of the Rings Online, which is a MMO set during the events of the story of Middle Earth that's going on in the background during the major events. And another thing I've also been doing is I've been looking to Fraggle Rock a bit more.
Oh, I need to get into that. That's the only Jim Henson TV show I haven't, look into. I didn't look into. Anything else I am pretty much caught up on.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, there's there's the one we know that's the original, and there's an animated show of it, and now there's the new show that's out on Apple TV called Back to Fraggle Rock. And so far, when I seen the trailer, it didn't look bad. Though I was still left unsure whether it'll be truly good or not, but I haven't seen it myself. So I went ahead and looked up some reviews on YouTube, though I haven't watched the videos, just safe from spoilers. But so far, I just seen them show mostly positivity towards it. So that's pretty much an indicator to me that, I guess it is good. At least I'm hoping, since it is a bit of a revival of a old show that was already made before,
I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure this out.
You're fine.
Hey, Thade, how
Oh.
are you? Hi, hello.
What's up, humans?
I love food.
Food.
Who are you calling human?
Yeah,
All
I was
right.
gonna say, man.
Hey,
How you been doing?
Greetings.
I'm
Ain't
breathing.
nobody. I mean nobody.
Hey,
Same
Thade.
here.
Speaking of which, did you accept my friend request on Gilded?
I thought I did.
Let me check.
is there like a refresh the page type of setup or what? I don't know how it looks.
Yeah,
Some things are fussy.
my request is still pending.
I'll have to go look at it in a little bit.
Hi,
Alright.
Dr. Forbad.
So, what are you humans talking about?
Excuse me?
Well, we talked about
You
the
keep
Discord rules
insulting people.
and the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness and a few other stuff.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, one of the people on the chat mentioned about some stuff relating to Professor X coming back in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and he was talking about
Well,
that there was some stuff that everybody was speculating.
He's already pretty. Patrick Stewart pretty much agreed that he's in the movie. He pretty much admitted to it.
Oh, he did?
There was an interview the other day that I caught. So there's no question he's in the movie. We just don't know what capacity.
It's too bad this is going to be his final movie, most likely.
It may be, it may not be. Don't know.
I
But
mean,
I will say this. They're going to want the X-Men to go on for quite a while in the MCU. So I say there's place for him to be replaced as Professor Xavier. Mind you, I wouldn't mind seeing McAvoy come back to play a younger Xavier.
Yeah, definitely. Because if he does that, then we know that he'll grow into Patrick
Right. See,
Stewart.
that's the problem with Patrick Stewart. He is 81 years old.
Mm-hmm.
There is no way he's going to last out or really be able to act that character out for very much longer.
I know that, but what I'm saying is, like, if they get James McAvoy, like, if they fold everything into the MCU at the end of this movie, right? If like the multiverse collapses into the MCU, they could have James McAvoy reprise his role and Michael Fassbender be Magneto, and those characters are going to eventually age into Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart.
Well, what I think is going to happen, and this might sound like a hot take to a lot of people, but I think that Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is going to soft reboot the MCU. And what I mean by that is I think it's going to kick it back. Like something's going to happen. The multiverse is going to fall apart. And did you see Loki and what they talked about in Loki about how the multiverse can collapse because of the sacred timeline and all that? I think that's going to happen. I think we're going to have a Secret Wars situation. It's going to fall apart. And then they're gonna come back with, and then they're gonna be able to add certain people from the older stuff if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't necessarily think that it's just gonna be let's all just lump it all in and keep the same timeline, because I think that's the point of what Loki was trying to tell us. I think they're gonna collapse the timeline, and basically there was an old DC comic book series called 0 Hour, and what they did was they took it back to the start of time and reset from the Big Bang and went on out. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to change the events that happened during the Infinity Saga. It's just going to add some stuff to it here and there. And I honestly think the only person that's going to remember that there was a multiverse will probably be Doctor Strange and maybe Deadpool, because Deadpool fourth wall breaks.
Mm-hmm. And that's also basically like let me remember her name. think of something. Well, it's basically kind of like the end of Part 6, where the main villain of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, where the main villain of Part 6 restarted the world, except if it's like just restarting back to Part 1 rather than going on to making a new world and go on to the world of Part 7 and 8, except with only one character remembering.
Could be.
Well, if you know what I'm talking about, in case any of you all know what JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is or what goes on in this series.
Oh, I'm familiar with it.
Alrighty.
Is it any good?
Yeah. Huh?
Is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure any good?
Oh yeah, it
Hold on a
is.
second,
Well,
guys.
Yeah,
I'll be right
it-
back. Hold on.
If you don't mind muscular men, yeah.
or the flamboyant fabulous guys
yeah.
in
Don't worry, honey. I'm absolutely fabulous.
Yes,
And-
let's say their hairstyle and fashion are quite spot on.
yeah, and later down the line, at least in still in the manga form, there's Part 7 is horseback racing across the state and try to stop the president of the United States from attaining the power of Jesus from his corpse, and Part 8 with a new version of Josuke.
Yeah, I know.
Trying to remember who he was.
It gets weird, yo.
Yep. Hey, hence
kinda
bizarre.
sounds like it.
Why keep cat girls whenever I'm on frickin' Pinterest?
See what now?
I don't like cat girls. I don't know the creepy part. My girlfriend shares this a cat, so it's probably her. She's into some weird stuff.
Aren't most women?
True.
Hey.
Hi.
She
There's
once
nothing wrong
asked
with
me
that.
to be nice to people.
Where did they go? Did he drop off again?
He disappeared on us. Looks like the multiverse has swallowed him whole.
I hope it would do that to me. Ew!
Hey, dirty dog.
I hope he gets that laptop soon.
He descending.
Yeah,
I hope he gets
no,
it at an
because
inconvenient hour.
the one I was gonna send him, it died on me, and
So much for
I
that
would
one, huh?
ordered a new
Oh my god.
battery
this is so
placement, but it was
weird.
it wasn't gonna get to my destination on time. So
Yes.
hey, nobody.
Nobody's
What's up,
here.
nobody?
Love you, nobody.
Hello, nobody.
Howdy,
Love you
Milton.
long time.
Man,
Love you
Milton,
long
Graves,
time.
Raquel. I know Moira. There's Sade.
Howdy.
It's nice to meet you, Daniel and Alistair.
nice to see you. Nice to see you again too.
Yeah, nice
Tip
to
of
meet
the
you.
hat to you, old man. How you doing?
That's right. I think I have seen Alistair before.
Yeah,
I
we
think you have.
we talked to each other
Nice to
before in some previous FunHouse Shenanigans streams.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to meet you for the first time. They call me nobody. Winky face.
Right?
I
Yes, I,
think
don't
someone's
know this
pulling into my
Milton guy
driveway.
at all.
Milton's such a flirt.
Say no more. Say no more.
Bruce Campbell did
Wink,
an
wink, nudge,
interview
nudge.
where he said he got a cameo for
I'm a
Doctor
flirt.
Strange, but
You're adorable.
Yes, he did.
says the movie has been reshot so much since Sam Raimi was involved.
Raimi.
They doesn't know if his cameo will make it.
That's not entirely true, pop culture. Sam Raimi's still involved in the reshoots. So I know that Bruce Campbell said that he doesn't know if his shot will make it, but Sam Raimi has not just been like pushed to the side. He's still involved in the reshoot.
If Sam Raimi has his way, Bruce Campbell will make it in.
Exactly. Bruce Campbell made it into every one of his Spider-Man movies. So
Sounds like it's going to be a
You know,
Frankenstein
guys,
movie made by.
no, it's
in
not.
just talking to him,
The director is still there. Trust me on that one. Okay.
Jesse's got his
Oh,
Heart
hang
73
on. Someone's at the door.
Oldsmobile Delta 88, gold with a white top, and he has got his heart set on buying it.
See
Who
what?
does?
I didn't catch that. You were like blipping out.
Last night, Jesse found a 1973 Oldsmobile Delta 88, gold with a white roof. It is the same car as the Evil Dead. And he's got his heart set on buying it. It's in really nice shape.
It looks like the car. It's not the exact actual car, but it looks just like the car. So, anyway, I mean, it looks
Just
good.
tell Jesse not to chop his hand off and replace it with a chainsaw. For God's sakes, don't do that.
God, why not?
No.
It sounds like fun.
No.
No.
You know, get yourself a nice, good cybernetic chainsaw to replace your hand with. Anyway.
You're such a perv.
I know, right?
Mhm.
How dare me want
Yeah,
to
but this
melt
Discord,
body?
this is really going far. If they catch you, if Discord catches you on any other social site like YouTube, Facebook, anything, and you said something that they don't like, they're going to kill your channel, kill your profile, everything. Like,
Well,
way to
dang,
go,
that's
Discord.
I'm so gonna do it.
Literally chased off all of your fucking users, and you're leaving behind nothing but a bunch of panty waist losers.
That's why, like I said, I am moving on to Gilded. Before the end of the month, before March 28th, I'll be shutting down everything on my Discord server. I will only be leaving that up only for contacting purposes only. If you want to, you know, follow me and my friends on the Gilded, there's where I'm going to be.
Yeah,
I'm not
I'm
allowed back
according
on
to-
Twitter.
Gilded account too, just in case I don't end up getting banned
Oh.
off.
So I can't send you vids anymore?
So for now you can, but the rest of my servers is going to be shut down.
So hang on, I can't send you weird pictures I find online of weird things.
Like it is like nobody says, and what we talked about earlier is stupid BS, and I'm not gonna have my account shut down. You know, for what I say on on their server or on YouTube, or have someone else say something on my server that gets my account banned. I'm not gonna put up with that BS.
Mhm.
So, like I said, if you want to follow me, interact with my friends and I'll be on Gilded. My Discord will be still
Yeah.
up.
Jesse Miller is shutting down the Crow's Nest as well. Just so you guys know, he's going to move to
Did you
Gilded.
tell him about Gilded?
Oh yeah, he knows.
He knows. So he's moving on to there as well.
And to also mention this, nobody. I've been sharing around Quartering's video about this whole thing on some of the servers I'm in. Those it's been mixed reactions so far when I shared it. Some of them agree that it was stupid of them to do that, but others just denied it because it was involving with the Quartering making the video.
That
See,
doesn't
that's a
mean anything.
mistake. Not
Well,
believing.
Yeah.
Jeremy made a good point. Like, he was way ahead of the curve. He seemed to know this was coming. He's been warning people to get the hell off Discord for over a month now. And, like, really, their new terms of service have basically come right out and said, if you're a conservative and you don't like all of our LGBTQ fucking 5,000 more letters, we're going to get rid of you.
Yeah, and I even talked to that with Fade as well, and showing him some screenshots of what people's reactions were a bit. Well, some of them, not all of them, but and I even talked about that. You mentioned it on Raquel's server as well, where sometimes even scummy people who did the most horrendous of things can speak some of the big truths out there. Though I'm not saying Quartering has done some horrific crap. I mean, the only thing I don't like about him legitimately is he's a bit too lawsuit happy and try to use lawsuits on everything, and even starts poking the bears at everything, despite the people he's trying to poke the bear at keeps telling them to stop doing what he's stop trying to.
That's funny
get
because I
onto
admire him
him.
for it. Somebody's got to stop these assholes.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, he did that with Pokimane, and now she's following up with trying to lawsuit him as well. But then again,
And see, I hate e-thoughts with a passion. I have no use for them or their fucking simps.
and I'm guessing you're not a big fan of VTubers either.
No.
Anyway,
If you're farting in a jar and selling it to people for $900+, get the fuck away from me.
Just better not say that in front of Belle Delphine, because she might get ideas from that.
I'm astounded somebody can get away with doing that.
No kidding.
Because if I do that, people try to get out of the car.
Why does it astound you? People are cheap.
Yeah. I mean,
Why the
unless
fuck
they have
does
a
that
fart
astound you?
fetish.
People are willing to pay for the craziest fucking shit, man. Come on.
who was the girl that was selling bath water?
Belle
Yeah.
Delphine.
That doesn't even sound sanitary.
No, it
It's
doesn't.
not. But she still did it.
And
Yeah.
people still bought the crap, too.
And there's still psychos that bought that shit. I mean, yeah, come on, baby. Fart in a jar
Why?
for me or something. Why?
Yeah, why?
Jesus, for
I
fuck's
really
sake,
gotta
why?
say thanks for the laugh. I really needed it.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's what I'm
Did you
here
guys
for.
see- Hey, they call me nobody. Did you see how much blood came off me from my last ceremonial ritual? And speaking of bath water, because I posted that to my Discord, the bath went crimson red. It was beautiful, although horrifying.
Thank you, pop culture. Thank you.
Yes, dude. And one day you're going to end up with the worst case of tetanus.
Yeah.
Well, I
Anyway.
didn't eat raw pork, so yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Hey, look, man, we're all horse for something, okay?
Yeah. Anyway, to also mention this to nobody as well, I haven't really bothered with trying to, share much of Quartering Jeremy's video on it, since, well, I don't want to go through another, Dave Chappelle flack like I told Raquel and the others, since I got flack for just simply sharing an opinion and sharing.
Never be afraid to share your opinions, Alaska.
No.
Never be afraid to share your opinion. That's
exactly.
That's loser behavior.
Oh,
Who
yeah.
cares what the fuck somebody else is going to say? I mean,
Yeah.
really.
I mean, if they don't like Dave Chappelle, that's fine. But if they're gonna get all butthurt over someone liking him and attacking him just for simply liking him, and liking his jokes, then I just can't. Show that show the same kind of respect back if they're gonna get on me for just having an opinion on something and not be one-sided,
Hey, Mr. Peabody, how are you?
Exactly, Mr. Peabody.
Hey, Mr. Peabody.
They should sell the fart as a sound
Oh,
file.
Mr.
It'll have
Peabody.
more content.
Okay.
Exactly, brother.
Nobody. Just want to clear things. Jesse's deleting his Discord and moving on to Gilded.
As far as I know.
Yeah, that's he hasn't done it yet. He said he was going to have dinner and maybe a nap, and then when he got up, he'd have a look at Gilded.
Mm-hmm. And you think Gilded will be the next competitor for Discord?
I think
Well, it looks really
It already is.
Discord, yeah.
It
Until
already
they
is.
turn pussy and knuckle under too.
Again, you guys, not all of you are computer freaks, and not all of you know how to break down the analytics and have a look at a site, but I do. And Discord's losing followers that you would not believe. Thousands and
Well, of course
thousands
they
of
are,
people
because
are
they're
leaving.
making stupid decisions.
Well, at least that's good to hear, since, well, that's basically like a total Uno reverse of YouTube, where YouTube doesn't even have any competitors at all, you know? Because if they did, then YouTube would try to do something to earn those people that fled from their site back. But considering that there's some minor video sharing sites like Vimeo, Dailymotion, and BitChute. Well,
BitChute, Odyssey. There's more than quite a few.
yeah, but of course, nothing.
The one
Nothing.
I would stay away from, though, guys, honestly, everybody's been so hyped about Rumble. Are you crazy? Rumble is owned in Canada. Rumble is a honeypot. I wouldn't touch that site with a 10-foot pole.
I don't know how to use Rumble, so.
Yeah, stay away from Rumble. It's a shit show.
But
BitChute and Odyssey are worth it, though.
Yeah.
Like,
and hey,
BitChute reminds me of like
BitChute.
YouTube back in the old days.
If they ever get their shit together and get
fucking Wild West over there.
If BitChute ever gets streaming rolling, they're gonna just rule.
Yeah. But it's like the old West over there, man. It's like the old days of YouTube.
Isn't Odyssey the same though, Dade?
Somewhat. But neither one of them has their shit going on the streaming side of things. So right now, all we have to stream is YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah. And I remember one person saying that BitChute deleted his channel for just speaking out for speaking something and trying to censor his free speech. Well, I don't know if that's true or not, but then again, I don't know. Because there are people out there that would say stuff, on the internet and just put it on there.
I would like to agree with something you said earlier, Alistair. In a point. Everything is. I personally believe in free speech online. That's the way the internet initially was set up. Everyone could say whatever the hell they wanted, whether you liked it or not. If you didn't like it, don't look at it. That was the idea.
Yeah.
What bothers me is they're still putting out, most of these sites are still putting out, you can't say this, you can't say that. It isn't free speech. I may not like a person's opinion against a certain tribe out of the Middle East, but if they want to say that shit, they've got the right to do so. This is a free fucking Western world. We have the right to say what was on our minds.
Exactly. You don't have to like it, so why bother paying attention? Because again, we all have different opinions and different viewpoints, and people really need to learn to respect that. But to quote Johnny T from Glove and Boots, but on social media, no one pays attention to it. Literally, it's driving me freaking crazy. This is all I see on Facebook. If you ever seen Glove and Boots video on that, it's really good.
All I know is if you go online, you can find creepy videos with like dead bird heads dried up hanging in their windows and stuff, and it's really terrifying. Some of these weirdos have lots of animal skulls everywhere. That's the worst. It's really terrifying.
Yeah, and another case of people of free speech is freedom of posting whatever you're into. Like if you're into stuff safe for work or stuff that's pretty not safe for work, well, you have the freedom to do that and express your love for that. But of course, especially nowadays, everyone has to get into their business on what they're into. Whether it be justifiable or not, or both harmful or not so harmful as well.
All I have to say about the whole situation is, let's burn this motherfucker down, Snooki. Let's burn this motherfucker down.
No.
Yeah. You guys, you need to live in my world here in Canada. In Canada, we have a Bill of Rights that basically states that the freedom of speech, the freedom of thought, the freedom of expression is up to the individual. However, it doesn't work that way. They've already got rules in place. You cannot question the Holocaust. If you do, you will go to jail. You cannot call out gay people and give your opinion on gayness. Because if you do, you will go to jail. You can't fucking question COVID, or you'll go to fucking jail.
I'm
That
sorry,
is not free speech.
Where is that particular
That's
hellhole?
Canada.
Oh, fuck. Oof.
Well, that's what happens when you have a fascist dictator for a fucking prime minister.
Yeah, so Castro should have put a condom on. The views said by me are mine alone and not to be considered the views of the channel. Disclaimer.
Yeah.
Oh, and another thing I think, like, oh, sorry.
Before you cover your stuff.
Oh, I was about to ask you, tell you another thing. They call me nobody. Is that, well, since I mentioned that I got some flack over just sharing an opinion on and sharing some stuff related to Dave Chappelle, and even one of the servers going to a point to tell me to get off. And you know what the person who owned the server that some of the people on there told me to leave. And he basically vented to me about the state of it, where everybody on there is just constantly whining and moaning about transphobia 24/7. And he even mentioned that ever since that he put up LGBT chat, it's just becoming like that. Nothing but constant whining and moaning about transphobia and constant nagging about Dave and J.K. Rowling.
Have you seen the numbers on how many trans there really are? It's about 3% of the population. So ask yourself, why is 3% of the population dictating what we can say and think?
Yeah, it's weird.
It used to be majority rules. Whatever happened to that rule?
Good question.
Yeah, and the guy who owns that server was just sitting there and going, "Oh my God, will you people grow some thick skin?" And I said, "Yeah, I mean, I get where they're coming from, but at the same time, there's better ways of bringing some difference in the world without being so cancerous or doing it the wrong way." And there's among other points, and he mentioned about, please, they live in a country where they can go out and freely announce that they're gay or trans, and they're acting like they're living in a bunker and hiding from right-wingers that are gonna go round them up and put them in a firing line just for simply announcing that they're gay and trans.
And the truth is nobody cares, okay? Nobody cares about your sexuality. Do you see me running around screaming about being heterosexual and talking about my conquests and shit? No, because my life is far more than what happens with my dick. For those of you that live your life based on your sexuality, I pity you. I pity you. You have nothing going on in your life, and that's clear.
My sexuality is my personal and private business, and it's between me and my girlfriend.
Yeah, I mean, heck, I don't. Then again, I don't really care what anyone's sexuality is. Since as long as they respect others.
My bedroom is between me and my rubber chicken.
Yeah.
Rubber chicken. I just wanted to address this. Pub culture. Your comment was blocked and deleted. No, I didn't. I see all your comments, but it could be the fact that YouTube is censoring your comments depending on what you say.
I got YouTube censor me when I said hello to somebody.
Yeah, like
Oh, they're actually
I
getting
even
really
I
carried away. There's certain words you can't try typing in the word. Try typing the word monkey in context. Try typing in the word just simple shit. Like they're not allowing you to say it anymore. You're done. It's over.
I'm also
Free speech does not exist on YouTube anymore.
I'm also having the same problem. Like I told somebody I'll stick around, and some reason that comment did not go through.
Another thing YouTube will do is they'll put you underneath as a spammer. That happens to me quite regularly when I go onto Wiccan channels and just like that point.
But I have been noticing if you're like a mod, you won't get censored on the live chat. Weirdly enough.
Yeah. No, that's true. If you're a mod, you're okay. You could say just about anything. But if you're not, well, it is what it is. But even just in regular, the regular comments below a video, today I typed in one that all I said was, look at Kamala Harris's neck. Why is it bigger than her head? It's like a lizard, so she could swallow small children. And they deleted it!
Yeah, so if anybody is just wondering if as to why your comment wasn't going through, because YouTube is censoring your comment, most likely.
Big brother.
Yeah.
This Kamala Harris sounds really,
you can't say
attractive.
words like, unless you're a mod, you can't say words like retard. You can't say the bundle of sticks word, because that's bad. Oh boy, that'll get you blown right off YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I can go on, but I best not.
No. Hello, Alec Arcane.
3%. I heard 5%.
Well, whatever it is, it's less than 10% of the.
I guess he's referring about what we were talking about the people listening to the minority and especially listen to the people who are trans that are whining and moaning that are the minor 3%.
Mm.
I know you didn't say anything bad. It's just how YouTube is. It'll censor certain comments.
No kidding.
I'll tell you what gives you genuine. Gender issues growing up is growing up with a fucking problem where your body doesn't accept testosterone. That was a bitch.
Yeah, well,
my friends were not nice about
plastic bottles all these years has destroyed testosterone. Plus, just about everything you eat is jammed full of soy and estrogen. This is why I don't buy food from the market much anymore, because it's garbage. It's not even food.
Hey, Sherry.
And yeah, like I just said earlier, and just also mentioning something as well that I mentioned earlier is, I don't really give a crap about if someone was homosexual or lesbian or trans or bi, whatever, as long as they're good behaved and respect people, have a respectable manner and respect others people's beliefs and what they're into, what they're not, and I'm all for it, since good ethics.
I got two friends here online that I talk to regularly, and they are some of my best friends. I love them. I sent the one chef a $650 set of knives, custom made, because she's my friend. I don't give a damn what she does in her bedroom. It's not up to me. But don't force your shit on me, okay? Don't tell me, for instance, that I have to call you a woman, because you're not a woman. You got 5 o'clock shadow, and you're a dude in a dress, okay? I'm not lying to myself, and I'm not lying to anyone else, period.
Yeah. And again, if they want to identify as a woman, I don't give a fuck. But as long as they don't force them, like you just said, as long as they don't force their beliefs on me, I'm fine, since we all have different beliefs,
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. My daughter is.
30 years ago, I got to mention this.
Sorry.
30 years ago, I had a serious problem with the religious community. I really did. They were trying very, very hard to censor music. They wanted to basically kill heavy metal, which I was big into at the time. And it was fought against, and it was won. Because freedom of speech rules, baby. You have a constitution that gives you that. Here we've got a Bill of Rights that's supposed to give it to us, but they'll take that away anytime they please.
My modem is going spastic. I can say that I'm a spaz.
I agree with Mr. Peabody. The Ken doll was really a kind of a wake-up call. Wait a minute! Ken hasn't got a dick! He hasn't even got a ball!
Ken is my favorite eunuch, and I will hear nothing bad about him.
Yeah, he's a hermaphrodite.
See where I retyped it? Do you mean this? Yeah, I saw it.
Ken has a medical condition. Ken has or dick.
I can just imagine what it was like in the meeting room for Marvel. Well, this is a great movie you made, but we're going to have to make some changes. First of all, there's far too many men in this. Second, there's far too many white people. So let's get rid of all that. Oh, we don't have enough gay people in here either. And by the time they're done with it, the movie is crap.
And if you don't watch it, then you're a racist.
Well, call me that then. I dare you. Trust me, give me 10 minutes.
Say what now? I didn't catch that.
I've stopped watching all superhero movies, period. Anything made over the last fucking 5-6 years, I will not watch. I just won't. People will say to me, oh no, it's a good movie. Nah, well, great. You go ahead. I don't want anything to do with it. I am not giving my money to a bunch of brainwashing bastards.
I hear your puppy crying. Nobody.
Puppy.
My puppy's always crying. She's not up here on my lap. Therefore, it's a catastrophe.
Yes, it is, Mr. Nobody. It is a catastrophe. My dog's by my toes.
Hmm.
You think you monster.
And it's awesome. Oh, sorry.
My little kitty cat is right next to me, sleeping.
Don't lick me.
You know,
Get off me.
Raquel, let's get on to a nice light subject. When I got the puppy, you know, like I said, as you guys know, it's a Chiweenie. It's a Chihuahua wiener dog mix. It's very small. And I was worried because my cat's a big old hillbilly cat that likes to hang beatings on smaller creatures. As it's turned out, they're the best of friends. They play fight here in the trailer. They go outside and they chase each other around. They sleep together, for goodness sake. I came home and caught them rolled up together on my bed.
Together.
Anyway, just to also mention this as well,
So
especially
cute.
since it's related to Dave Chappelle again. I told my dad about what went on when I was getting flack over just simply, hang on, my pit bull's chewing me hand. Anyway, about getting flagged over, and even one of the channels told me to get out because I was sharing my opinion on Dave Chappelle and sharing just some stuff related to it. When I was showing him some screenshots about what went on, and especially that one guy, and that's her, especially when he saw some of the stuff he was saying, like, but Twitter really is a real place. I get so paranoid because every time people judge me, treat me like an abomination over because I'm trans. And he was like, son, that guy right there is just a panderer. He's just posing just so because he feels like he's special and all that. And he especially told me about is that these people are just so thin skinned and and some of these people are just pandering and just posing like they care about the trans community and basically just for brownie points and he told me that Dave Chappelle has always been controversial and nobody gives a crap because he's funny,
Mm-hmm.
His comedy show was, I mean, like I said, he didn't pull no punches on his comedy show when he was back on Comedy Central. So it's not
And
like
this is why I generally don't let her up here, because she's just so crazy.
Look at that Chiweenie.
I've never owned a more active dog. My God, this thing's just a bundle of nerves.
Well, she's only a puppy, so yeah.
Yeah, she's cute.
Look at
She's
her.
a good pup.
She's
Hey,
all
you're a
happy
good
now.
pup. Show everybody your face.
Look at this little fella.
I'm going to breed her. I've already picked out a mate for her for this fall. When she's a year old, I'm taking her into Prince George, and a friend of mine's got a black Chihuahua, and we're gonna breed them.
I showed off
Chiweenie.
my dog. You could breed my dog with your dog if you want.
Oh.
I think everybody should have a dog, except bad people.
Wow, the best part about having pets is if the shit does go down, at least you can eat them.
Ace. Sorry, just talking to my dog.
Don't worry, my dog will kill everybody else's pets.
The Native Americans
He has
used to
attack
raise
commands.
dogs just for food at one time.
Do you got a dingo that eats Seventh-day Adventist babies?
What the hell?
What's going on?
Sorry, my pit bull's having one of those moments where he wants to try to chew on me.
Well, chew back.
How old is your pit bull?
I forgot. I don't know. I think 2, maybe. I don't know. I forgot. Ow!
Ooh.
Shoot.
My dog like 7. Maybe older. How old are you, sir?
Ace! Stop! Sorry about that, guys. Trying to get him under control here. Son of a bitch! Oh.
And they call me nobody. I'm making something really.
And then, when they were least expecting it, the chat heard the dog eat the poor boy.
Yeah. And he was never heard from again.
They call me nobody. Guess what I'm making at the moment?
Oh, ow. Well, considering he's still a puppy, he's still going for that little chewing phase. Where he really tries to find everything to chew on. Ace! That's enough. Sorry about that.
It's only a phase till they eat you.
Okay, I think I got him under control. now a little bit. Never mind.
Mm,
Good dog. Eat him up.
And
Eat him up.
he's gone.
yeah. Canada got him.
He'll come back.
He will.
What do you want? Why do you got a biggie? I don't need a biggie.
Teething, yeah.
My dog is a biggie.
Yeah, usually they get one of those really hard chew toys.
Gotta
All
go
fun
get him
and
a
games until he
politician
gnaws
that'll
off your leg.
chew on.
Eesh. Welcome back.
And back and trying to still keep my my pit
Who's
bull
back?
from chewing anything. At least, especially not chewing areas that will hurt me.
Oh shit! I turned my camera on. Not to illegal activities. Why did I turn my camera on?
Ow! Ace! Ah, there we go.
What?
No, come on. Don't even think about it. There we go.
Do you have one of those chew toys he can, chew on?
Well, he has. We gave him balls, we gave him rawhide, and he's got a squeaky butt, animal butt to chew on.
A squeaky butt? What?
Yeah, a squeaky animal butt. Last time we gave him one, it was a fox, but he chewed the squeaker to the point where it stopped working, and we got him another one, and it's a skunk. Well, chat, here you are, going through a next hour of me trying to wrestle with my pit bull to stop chewing me.
Mm.
Hang on, let me Ow!
How old is your dog again? I don't think.
I forgot. It's still 2 or I think 2 or no. He's still a puppy.
2 years or 2 months?
2 months. I don't know.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a puppy then.
I still haven't learned my dog ears.
Yeah. Well, how long have you had him?
We had him since last year. No, I think January. Ow! No, wait. Actually, October. I think or November. Ow! Ace, stop! No, wait. Actually, we had him since December.
Okay.
Eat him up, doggy. Eat him up. Get him.
It's
Get him. Get him.
If you have like a pet bull, for example, it's really crucially important that you teach the dog not to be aggressive or biting you.
Hey,
what are you trying to see?
It's really important that you start that while they're still young.
Yeah, and well, we try to housebreak him by making him go pee outside and pee and poop outside. Mm-hmm. Ace, stop.
My dog is house trained. He won't be in my house. I don't recommend letting him into yours.
They'd have to leave, but he says it was nice to meet everyone, and he'll catch everyone later.
Okay. Ace, that's enough.
I'm nearly finished my dream catcher. You guys will have to all hear me. I could capture your dreams.
Oh, I love dream catchers. I mean, I have 2 of them hanging on my wall right now.
I have 1 or 2. Dozen.
Stop. Stop, please. Okay.
Sounds like
Wait,
there's
that's enough. That's enough.
rough housing going on.
A little bit, yeah. Ow! Fudge. Hey, that's enough. Hey, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Hey, that's enough. Okay. Ah! I'm trying my best to get them to stop biting if I can.
Should I tell them if you start biting the dog back, they stop biting that day?
Stop. 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 No, 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 hey, no, no. All right, so far it's working. No,
You have to
no,
be
no,
really
no, no,
firm.
no.
You have to be really firm that enough is enough,
Mm-hmm.
or else it's not gonna get it.
Ow, hey. All right. Now
Nobody,
now the
did you
biting.
still have some moose for supper?
Yeah.
Moose?
Sorry, I was talking to some, doing a little text chatting there too. No, actually, finally, for days and days and days, I've been eating that last moose roast, and it's finally, I've made fajitas out of it. I've fried it for breakfast with my eggs. I even made a stew. It's finally gone. Tonight I had chicken cordon bleu.
Ooh.
And my dog is now chewing my chair.
Oh no.
Well, one of the chairs I'm on.
That is not good.
Yeah, not really.
Well, I'm getting hungry. I didn't have dinner yet.
Yeah.
All this food talk is making me hungry.
So, who do you think is in that big pod in the new trailer? Is it Broly or Android 13? No, wait. Is it Cell or Android 13?
I can't really answer. I need to watch the trailer again, the newest one, because I haven't watched it yet, as of yet.
And since Daniel mentioned the new Dragon Ball movie coming out, I've been there's a question I also figured at least ask you, at least in the anime dubbing department. Between Canadian anime dub voice actors and American dub voice actors, which ones do you prefer? At least based on context of within recent times with certain dub companies.
Well, the Ocean dub is the best. I like Brian Drummond as Vegeta. He's the best Vegeta. The new Vegeta for Funimation is just
a bit too try hard.
He just sucks.
I have to agree with you, Daniel. I grew up with Ocean dub, Dragon Ball Z before Funimation came in.
And I also heard that the only downside is that the dub they didn't finish the whole series and when they dub it.
Yeah.
That's what I heard, at least. And I even found out that they dubbed Inuyasha for Viz Media one time when I was having a sleepover with one of my buddies.
Sorry, beautiful people. My cell phone died, and I'm having so much shit with it. I'm not even going to try charging it until I'm less angry at it. That sucks. Well, thank you for coming on the panel with us, Milton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And my dream catcher is made out of seal bones, and it is freaking awesome. Seals are really useful. Seal bones.
Mm-hmm.
seal bones.
So you also have not just goat skulls, but you have seal bones.
Sounds like
Which
Yeah. Anyway,
does if anyone doesn't know, um, Milton cleans out the goat skulls out of their brains and blood and guts, stuff like that. It's just
a little too disturbing.
yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I just at least figured to ask you. Well, I just asked you earlier, since at least it's just basing on like context with like say the Funimation voice actors. If you already know about some of the stuff they did, like the Vigania thing and some dub instances they did,
Well, it sounds like Funimation right now is being combined with Crunchyroll and being phased out.
So basically, just fading out, fading into ashes.
I mean, that's what Rikita Law has been, saying that. Let me find his channel.
Yeah, and not to mention also based on the context that some of the actors are snobbish, stuck up,
Sony
a-holes, and
Sony
while the
announced
other
that
hand, sorry.
Sony announced that Funimation will apparently be subsumed into Crunchyroll, and the brand phased out. So sounds like Funimation is going to be combined into Crunchyroll.
And whichever sect of Crunchyroll they're going to be becoming now, we have no idea yet, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, if you want to check out Rikita Law and him about talking for Funimation, I'm going to put his channel in the chat.
Okay. And I also figured to ask as well, because based on context of some of the dub actors being snobbish, stuck up a-hole, donkey holes, just to put it lightly as well, for YouTube's sake. And while Canadians, on the other hand, are mostly friendly, and also based on something I found out a bit earlier, that the Japanese voice acting side of things, where a Japanese voice actress for anime as well, read some children books for children for charity, based while comparing people like, say, crap, I forgot her name, and it's not Monica, not Monica, but it's I mean, she's also part of the but it's been a while since I looked into them. I believe it's I mean, I know she's also the voice of Rias Greya from High School DxD, and voicing one of the girl characters from Prison School, which she also made him say Gamergate, even though that's out of place of the show. But I think it's trying to remember. I believe hang on, let me relook her up again, since it's been a while, and it ain't Monica I'm talking about.
Okay. Hello, Toasted Marshmallow. Both are good shows. 10 out of 10. I'm also streaming on Twitch right now. It is,
You remember when Kale, when she went berserker Broly mode, right? And then eventually she kind of toned down. She kind of when she kind of like toned down and she became slimmer in legendary Super Saiyan mode or something. Remember that? I just hate it when they do that, because when they do that, they lose a lot of power.
Yeah.
What's the point of doing that? Like I don't get it. They're just so stupid. And I'm afraid they're going to do that to Broly too. They're going to tone him down. He's going to lose a lot of power, and you're just like, oh.
Like they did with Gohan?
Well, Gohan, yeah, sometimes he gets weaker, but then he always gets stronger. Like for example, when he turned when he fought Cell and he became Super Saiyan, he was the strongest one. But then in that 7 years of peace, he kind of got weaker because he didn't train. And but then he became Mystic Gohan, which he beat the crap out of Super Buu, and he was holding his own against Buhan. But then eventually he failed, right? And now Piccolo trained Gohan to be Ultimate Gohan again, right? Mystic Ultimate Gohan again. And apparently now Piccolo has a new transformation in the movie. Have you seen it?
Mm.
It's like yellow. It's like a yellowish, greenish transformation.
Anyway, I looked up her name, and her name was Jamie Marchi. That's the name I was looking for. Where, like I mentioned earlier, when I was giving an example, her acting all snobbish and acting like an donkey hole towards fans who aren't even bad at all, But hey, I just figured at least mention that as well, since, well, based on context wise.
Prison school was too disturbing with me. What they did to that kid with the broom handle somehow is more horrifying than seeing it happen to somebody in real life. I haven't really watched that show, but I have seen the trailer, and I don't know.
Not your taste?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I seen it. Well, I seen it in dub, where the infamous Gamergate line was used, but I haven't noticed that before until
Mr. Peabody, yes, and we're talking about anime.
And though while the show did disturb me a bit, especially with all the violence that went on. Well, I mean, like, what I mean, I'm not soft skinned towards violence, because I've seen a lot of gore in my life. But then again, it's just, well, I mean, if some of you watch the show, and if you do end up watching the show eventually, you might know what I'm talking about. But there were some moments that got me laughing, to be honest. But so there's that. But yeah, and and there's also another anime that's kind of in the same vein, sort of, called Shimoneta, and it mostly focuses on lewd stuff. Well, in the show's premise, it's basically where in the future where lewd stuff or lewd thoughts is banned, and think it's corruptible to the younger youth, even though even though SE to the XA is important for species reproduction, and there were some funny moments that happened in the show as well. And you know what the funny thing is that my brother, one of my brothers, told me he saw the show, and he said, "Don't watch it; it's too gross." But I did. I proceeded to went forward with it, watching it, and, well, I still enjoyed it. And when I told him about it, it's like, "Oh, dude, you shouldn't have." It's just a funny moment. It just happened. Oh.
Is there anyone else want to talk about something? Because
how are Oh, this is for Milton Knowles. How are you on your side? West Australia here. I don't think he's on here anymore.
No, he's still here.
Oh, he's still here.
I said this before. I say it again. I will never accept another Wolverine. It's not Hugh Jackman. I know we have no choice, but I won't accept it.
Yeah, especially since I grew up with the X-Men movies too a bit.
Well, that's hard to come by because Hugh Jackman is getting, getting into older, and it's and the shape he has to be in for that character is really taking a toll on his body.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's in his 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, like I could totally understand why he wants to retire from that character. It's just he has to be in such a physical condition for that age that he's in. It's just wearing him out.
Mm-hmm.
I am back, sir.
Hey, already?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, of course, we already had some people out there that do make good Wolverines, like Scott McNeil and Steve Bloom, but they're more or less just mostly voice actors rather than major live action actors.
I mean, the only other one I'll accept is Carl Urban, but that's about it. But wait, how old is Carl Urban? Is he like in his 50s? Oh, crap.
Carl Urban is yummy. I'm sorry.
And I'm guessing that he's the voice actor for Wolverine in the original X-Men cartoon.
No.
Or no?
It's the other guy. I forgot his name. Which they are making X-Men 97. That's a comeback of the 92 series.
Yeah, I remember. A comeback to the old animated MCU universe.
You know what? Now there's like a new rumor that says Hugh Jackman may not be in Doctor Strange, but he will make a cameo appearance. Like you're gonna CGI his face on some other person at the end of the movie, and then he'll end up in the MCU, and he will be in Deadpool 3. I think that's accurate.
Oh my! That sorry. Well, that kind of sounds like how they did with Egon in Ghostbusters Afterlife, where they had to 3D makeover someone else that kind of looks like him and make him look like a full look-alike.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to do the same with Mark Hamill as well during Mandalorian, where they're shooting him as young Luke, and even even 3D computer makeup actors that are playing young Leia and.
Did you see the CGI butcher shot that they did for Luke in Mandalorian season 2?
Butcher shop?
It was like butchered. Like, oh my god! It was like a 2D mask when they introduced Luke Skywalker at the final episode of Mandalorian season 2. It looks so like when he moved his face, it looked fake. Like when he moved his head, his eyes didn't move. It looked so weird, And when he was talking, it just looked weird.
Huh? I didn't even notice that.
Oh yeah, but you know what? They did a really good job for Book of Boba Fett. I mean, when they brought back Luke, it looked way better.
Yeah, though as much as I don't hate the ending, it's definitely left to be more desired. But then again, I still try to enjoy it, enjoy the show for what it is, despite the fact that no, I'm not saying that the show's bad, but I do like how they humanize Boba Fett and even explore more aspects that were shown in the movies, but not shown much. But especially with in the last stream, when someone on here mentioned that the only reason why we had episodes that were less focused on Boba was because the show was going through low ratings, which I thought, oh, so that explains why the last two episodes up until the final episode was more, other character focused rather than focusing on Boba. And also the choice of having Mando and Grogu is also left to be more desired as well, since it kind of threw back the story of it, just like what Fade said, and it kind of leaves up the question of what will be the point of Mandalorian season 3 now, unless it's about Mando and Grogu reclaiming Mandalore. But then again, we'll just see what happens. Since there's an Obi-Wan movie, there's an Obi-Wan show coming out, and once it reaches its final season as well, I just hope it'll do better. It'll be more better handled,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, hopefully they don't, they don't pull like someone also mentioned in that same previous chat about the show killing off Obi-Wan and making the Obi-Wan we see later on a clone, because that will be more divisive, What? Well, I wasn't really saying that they're gonna actually do it. I was just saying that I hope it doesn't, And I'm just basing on what I just heard from someone on a previous, live stream. And I hope it don't do it based on an old theory people had back when the original trilogy came out, before the prequels came, where they speculated that Obi-Wan in the original trilogy, when he was going by the moniker Kenobi, that his name was just a code name. The Obi was supposed to be a zero, the letter O, and with the other letter number B and Y being a clone code name. But even though it's just a name with the O and the B and the I before when the prequels came out. But then again, like you said, I hope they don't screw anything up.
I hope they do that. They clone Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's the only way. Because you think about it, he died in A New Hope, right? Well, now they're saying all these shows are going to cross over eventually, like in the future, right? Well, how can Obi-Wan Kenobi cross over with Mandalorian and Boba and Boba Fett and Ahsoka and all the other shows if he's dead?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I remember hearing that the show will take place before, up to before A New Hope, since it's focusing more on during Obi-Wan's younger life, during after Revenge of the Sith, and during the events between the time span between after movie episode 3 and before episode 4. But hey, like I said, if if it does reach its final season, hopefully it'll do better, or at least be handled better, since the last show we had right now was a bit of a mixed bag.
That was awesome.
Oh yeah, it was.
It's so sad to wait until May to get Obi-Wan Kenobi. I mean, they could have just put it sometime later this month or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and not to mention, at least especially with the new stuff, they've also been heavily using the heavy emphasis on cloning, like the prequels did, during right when Attack of the Clones came out, well, a little bit, not too heavily focused.
Yeah, actually, they did that in canon, in the canon, the comics or canon. What they did was they cloned Luke Skywalker. And they're saying that the clone was the one who merged into the Force in Episode 8. So now, like, the real one is still out there. And they could bring back Mark Hamill for the future if they want to.
So wait, the Luke we see in Last Jedi was a clone?
Yeah, that's what they're saying that they could do.
Oh. Alrighty. Well, hopefully that's a good retcon because, well, since, well, we don't want to stick with the Luke being, you know...
I mean, it's a perfect explanation because a lot of people were saying that the Luke from Last Jedi and did not feel like Luke Skywalker. He was completely different.
Yeah. Okay.
Even Mark Hamill said he fundamentally disagrees with what they did with the character.
Uh-huh.
So this is like a perfect explanation. They could just say, "Oh, it was a clone, right?" And the clone is still there. It's just merged with the Force, and the real one could be out there training Grogu after Episode 9.
Yeah. And not to mention Snoke was created from cloning from Luke's severed hand as well, you know, in establishing one of the canon comics as well, based on what I heard. And yeah, I mean, the series has had a bit of a focus on cloning, especially in the original trilogy, where Luke mentioned to Ben that, wait, you fought in the Clone Wars? And back before it, everyone thought it was, you know, what the heck is the Clone Wars? You know? And heck, even some of the material that, especially recent stuff like the non-canon material, like for example, a short from Star Wars Visions had the twins, where it's about two twins that were basically cloned from tissue created by the dark side, but one of them managed to turn to the light side, as an example as well. But yeah, and you know, I'm hoping they'll make some sense out of, you know, Grogu going back to Mando, because, well, like I said, that decision pretty much you know, threw off the story and back to where it was, you know, where Mando was supposed to take Grogu back to the Jedi, and Luke was the right opportunity to have Grogu become part of the next generation of Jedi, you know. And you know, and then when they decided to make him go back, it just kind of made the story pointless, you know. But I'm hoping that they'll at least do something good and creative with that decision, you know. Since, well, I mean, then again, we need something that's pretty much better than the prequel. Not the prequel, sorry, the sequel trilogy. Since that last movie trilogy, you know, caused so much divisiveness, you know.
Yeah, it didn't have a singular vision or a singular director. It was just all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, J.J. Abrams tried to establish one idea, but then Rian Johnson just decided to go with another idea that he wants to follow his own vision with Last Jedi. And then when they brought back J.J. to direct Rise of Skywalker, it's basically at a point where it just was damage control, you know?
Yeah. But now I'm hearing that what they're thinking about doing is, like, they're thinking about doing a new Jedi Order series, like, after Episode 9, with Rey being the head of it. And I think what they want to do is they want to fix everything with the character or something, and they want to make a better trilogy. I really hope they do this.
Yeah, same here. I mean, heck, we got material that expanded on the prequel era more. I can't and fix some of the stuff in it. I can't.
Because I like moving forward. Moving backwards is okay, but not all the time. I want to move forward and just see what happens with the characters, you know?
Yeah. You know? I mean, as divisive as the sequel trilogy is, that doesn't mean that, it can still be fixed, it can be improved. Even if even with the sequel trilogy we got, because, well, I mean, like you said, if they were end up being retconned, that'll cause more alienation.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And the whole thing with Doomcock saying, "Oh, the sequel trilogy is being erased," because like Baby Yoda is going to like do something to like make the timeline go in a different direction. Well, they have to explain. If they do that, they have to explain how, who, what, when, where, why, and how. There has to be some kind of reason why the timeline changes, right? It can't just change on its own.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if they would have to have someone from like after episode 9 come back and do something to change things. Like they have to explain that. They're not going to do that. They're going to alienate the sequel trilogy people if they do that.
Yeah, and not to mention from time to, especially of recent times, especially it's been proven time to time again is that they're not retconning the sequel trilogy. I mean, as much as those movies were a mess, they're still not gonna, they're not gonna just scrap something they already made. That's been worked with hard work and sweat, blood and sweat. Even if it did turn out as a mess, just so they can go fix something and just so they can appease these people. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that all Star Wars fans who hate the sequel trilogy are doing it just for unjustifiable reasons. I mean, the Star Wars fans that are vocal about the sequel trilogy's choices are the ones that, aren't as toxic, like super toxic. Like they generally didn't like what they did to, the characters and what they were going with, and but yeah, and not to mention hopefully that they'll also fix Rey's Mary Sue nature a bit, even especially if they went with the some of the world context that with the sequel trilogy had, like her being a scavenger on Jakku on her life, trying to learn and basically learn how to salvage and repair machinery, and maybe explore more of her training as a Jedi, like we don't what we like she was doing off screen rather than just mostly seeing her still being able to do everything without any trouble. And maybe even expand on Finn and Poe from being the now evolved into comedic trio characters that we see after Force Awakens, and back to seeing what we seeing what they were initially like in Force Awakens, but except more expanded upon. Like they can be still serious and also can be funny at the same time, But that's just awesome. That's just also my take on it a bit. Shoot. And my dog's biting me again. Oh, fudge. Well, anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and head off now since my phone's almost dead and I'm getting a little tired and I'm thinking I'm gonna go to bed when
yeah, I'm starting to get hungry, so I want to get off here and get something to eat.
Alrighty. Well, I still had fun talking to you guys.
Oh yeah, thanks for coming.
No problem, eh? And and to also say this before I head off, well, once the new Discord rule hits and things start getting a bit, out of hand a bit, well, all I can say is now is see you guys on the other side.
Yep. Definitely.
Alrighty. Well, anyway, catch you later, Gators.
Later.
Later.
So, what's the
damn it.
next?
I didn't get to the mute button in time. Or unmute, I guess.
Say what, Daniel?
Well, what's the next movie we're going to be watching?
I'm not sure yet, but I'll let you know.
You want to watch Dragon Ball Super Broly?
That's my cue. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, sure.
That'd be a fun movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's my gaming channel you can follow me on. Also, let's see. You can also follow me on Gilded, since I'll be moving on to there. Hold on, let me put the link in there. There's the Gilded thing. Where is my thing? All right. Do you anything that you want to plug in, Daniel?
Nope.
Nope. Alrighty then. Anyways, I want to get something to eat because I'm just starving right now. And we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Good night, everyone.
Loves and hugs and kisses.
Bye.